Rue has had an unlucky start to life. He was made an orphan, but luckily ran into the right hands. Rue was making great progress until he broke his leg. After a month of recovery, Rue is ready to be released to the wild.
Where is he?
But Rue's luck soon runs out because he returns sick and skinny. It's August and Rue is 13 weeks old. We visit Rue once a day and it's the highlight of his day.
Hi. Ow, ow, ow. Oh my goodness, look, this is what he does. Rue, do you want to come in?
Rue's leg had healed in the right position, and although there was a slight lump at the fracture, it didn't seem to bother him.
Look at your leg, it's so good. Yes, all right, it's coming. If you sit there, I can get you milk. Yeah, I know. Here, Rue, we're ready. Rue. Come on, jump. Good. Have some more. Oh. Okay, that's it. That's it, apparently. It's been 2 weeks since Rue broke his leg. We're not sure whether it was just a slight fracture rather than a full break. Come on, come here. But we had to delay releasing him. But now his leg has almost completely healed. You can see that it's a bit weak, and sometimes after running for a bit, he sort of drags it. But generally, the leg is really good. At this age, so he's around 3 months now, this is the age that his mum would basically stop feeding him milk and would actually start kicking him out. But I think we might wait a couple more weeks until we release him just because of the leg. We visit him every day for about maybe 10-15 minutes, and I think we've sort of forgotten that he is a baby squirrel without siblings and he does like to play, so we need to do this basically. Thanks, Rue. Hi. More milk? That was his bad leg. Careful, don't want to fall over. What are you eating? It's almost like he's got whiskers on his arms. Me. What's this?
It was obvious Rue was becoming bored in his enclosure, as he would spend several hours a day running around.
I think he wants to... Go in there. Yeah, that's it. He wants to find somewhere to go. You're not going down there. Sorry. You have sharp... No, Rue! Sharp claws.
Although Rue would love to sleep in my pocket or hoodie, we have to separate ourselves to ensure a successful release to the wild.
Bye! Have a good day. Sit.
Life feels slow these days. I've changed all my plans to be here for Rue. We're just waiting for him to be healthy and ready for the wild. Hi! Come here. How are you? Look, I brought your favourite snack. You're warm. We discovered Rue is addicted to avocado, so we give it to him every few days as a treat. Rue is more focused and alert these days, but we can't forget his middle name, Chaos.
Wait, don't bite my microphone, Rue. No, come on. Rue, you can't do that.
It's not edible. Tomorrow is Rue's big day. We're going to release him. He is 14 weeks old now and he has grown so much. His leg has completely healed. He's definitely ready to be released. He runs around the cage for hours and
Good jump.
it's been hard because we want to release him, but we didn't want to do it until his leg was in great condition, and now it's like it was never broken. He runs around, he uses it, he's really agile, but he's ready. Rue? Can we not eat my microphone? Rue, no, not the cable. Rue, please. You're naughty now, aren't you? Rue. You've got avocado. Oh my goodness. Okay. Gotcha. I gotcha. I'm nervous for Rue's release. I have no idea what to expect.
Nice jump.
Will we open the door and he will disappear to the wild?
Careful, gentle playing.
Are these the last days I will
Crazy
ever see
animal.
of him? Hello from a wintry Sweden. I just wanted to quickly mention that my group trip to Alaska is now live. We're going to be staying at a lodge right next to where the salmon migrate upstream, and there will be lots of bears feasting on the salmon. They call it Fat Bear Week because the bears are building up their fat reserves to survive a winter hibernation, and they're just feasting on salmon. If you're interested in joining, head to my website and you can see the itinerary. And I'd like to thank Squarespace for sponsoring this video and making it so easy to have a professional website. This week I've been updating the web pages about the Alaska trip. There are so many different ways you can present your content, and I love that you can view it as a phone as well as desktop, so you can create a website that fits different devices. If you'd like to give Squarespace a go, head to squarespace.com/daniconnorwild and you can save 10% off a new purchase of a website or a domain. Okay, back to Sweden in the summer. Rue's big day has finally arrived. He has spent the past 10 weeks with people. What will he do when he is free?
You ready? Welcome to the real world. Oh. What do you want to do?
So the idea is that he can come and go. So it might be that he sleeps in his box tonight, and I'm pretty sure he will. But he wants to jump.
Look, let's go to some trees. Yeah, there we go.
When I imagined this day, I always thought Rue would go to the tops of the trees and find his route to the forest. What I didn't expect was Rue to share his excitement with us. There was nothing stopping Rue from leaving, but he spent 2 hours playing chase with us. Yeah, he's right at the top of this rowan tree. Why is he licking? Why are you licking, you weirdo? Stop licking! Go on, be a wild squirrel. Roo, I need a calendar photo. You're now a wild squirrel. Stand still for a moment. Oh, he's so quick. Roo was extremely hyper, but I did manage to get a few photos between the playing. Where is it? Oh my god, I'm dizzy. It started raining, and then Roo did something incredible. Roo started to collect lichen to make a place to sleep. Roo had found an old dray, a nest-like structure where squirrels sleep, and he decided it needed fresh lichen. Squirrels are independent very young, and many of their behaviours are innate or instinctive behaviours that aren't taught by the mother. Roo knew exactly what he needed to do. Come here. Hello. Should we go home? Come on, let's go home. That night it was forecasted to be rainy and windy, so I decided to bring Roo back into his enclosure for the night. That's it, let's go this way. Roo! I have the goods. Roo, what's this? It was easy to convince him with some avocado. Let's take you home. That's what you want. Come on then. Good, go on. Good, okay? Yeah. The following day we let Roo out, and he disappeared into the woodland next to our house. It's fine. Were you getting worried? We let Roo out about an hour ago, and more nuts. He had basically disappeared,
and we came to this small forest to try and look for him. We couldn't find him. Then we went inside. Juan looked with binoculars and spotted him in one of these trees, and he came and said hello.
Rue was still so excited to be wild. He had found a new dray and started adding lichen. Rue spent the whole day and that night in the woodland. Last night Rue slept in the forest in a wild dray, and we were just inside, finished our dinner, and I got a notification from the camera that there was movement, and I could see Rue on the outside of the cage, and he wanted to get in but he wasn't sure how to get in, so I managed to grab him, bring him in, and he immediately went to eat on the box. So I think he's had a rough day and he's been hungry, but he's eating now. At this point I realised something was wrong.
He's breathing hard, isn't he?
Rue wasn't okay. He was breathing heavily and seemed exhausted.
I hope he's okay. I mean, he doesn't have any injuries.
We decided to lock the gate so that we could see how Rue was the following day. Just overnight, Rue had lost weight. We brought him inside to monitor him, but there wasn't anything evidently wrong. There were no wounds. Rue was just weak and not eating unless woken.
Come here.
By the evening, Rue was worse, and his lungs were clicking. I slept next to Rue that night. I didn't think he'd make it. When I checked on Rue in the morning, I thought he had passed. But to my surprise, he'd survived the night. Rue has been sick now for 3 days. He has hardly eaten, hardly drank anything, and I think he has aspiration pneumonia now. I can hear his lungs sound wheezy and almost like there's water in them. We need to get to a vet, which is really difficult with a wild animal, so I don't know what we're going to do. I had already contacted various vets, and finally we had an appointment in 2 hours. The vet was able to diagnose Rue with what I expected, aspiration pneumonia, and he was given a week's course of antibiotics. I gave him the first dose in the car park, and the reaction was immediate. He perked up in the car and he was very confused where he was. The drive back was tough, but Rue relaxed when we were home.
It's crazy how much the medicine has helped. Like it was instant. He's even alert. Like before, he didn't react to anything.
We tried to put Rue in another hoodie, but he wanted to stay close to us.
Okay. Sorry. Oh no. It's stuck. There we go.
By the afternoon, Rue had lost his appetite again, and nothing seemed to work. His favourite foods, hazelnuts or avocado, weren't working. But I remembered there was one food that Rue always ate: crackers. I smothered boiled egg and avocado onto a cracker, and it worked. Rue was finally eating. And I worked out another trick. If I placed the syringe of antibiotics and milk in maple syrup, it would mask the taste of the antibiotics, and he would happily take the medication. Rue responded incredibly well to the antibiotics and was back in his enclosure 2 days after visiting the vet.
Come on, Skinny. Eat more.
Rue slowly started to gain weight.
Okay. No, ow.
To this day, we're not sure what happened with Rue in the wild. It definitely seemed like he was fighting an illness, or maybe he had eaten something he wasn't supposed to, or attacked by an animal. It's impossible to know. What matters is Rue gets better, completes his antibiotics, and gains weight. I had spoken to various squirrel rehabilitators, and they were all fascinated to hear that Rue returned. Rue was wild and free, but he still came home. He knew we could help. In the next episode, Rue gets released for the second time. We put up a feeding station in the woodland that will hopefully help support Rue. But will Rue make it to the wild?